intro. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we dive deep into any single chapter of Introduction to Python Programming, I want to take a step back and give you something incredibly valuable, a vocabulary foundation. Here's the thing most beginners skip. They jump straight into writing code without understanding what the words actually mean. And then when an error pops up, or when a concept does not click, it feels overwhelming. But if you know the language of programming, every lesson becomes 10 times easier to follow. So in this video, we are covering 15 to 20 essential terms pulled from all 15 chapters of this book. Think of this as your cheat sheet, your reference guide, your home base. Bookmark this video. Seriously, let us get into it. Theme 1. The building blocks of code. Let us start at the very beginning with the terms that form the foundation of every Python program you will ever write. First up, statement. A statement is a single instruction that Python can execute. It is like one sentence in a paragraph of code. For example, when you type print, hello world, that entire line is a statement. It tells Python to do exactly one thing. Next is expression. An expression is any piece of code that evaluates to a value. Think of it like a math problem. 2 plus 2 is an expression because Python reads it and produces the answer 4. Expressions can be numbers, words, calculations, or combinations of all three. Now let us talk about objects. In Python, everything is an object. An object is a unit of data that has a type and a value. A number like 42 is an object. The word Python is an object. Objects are the things your code actually works with. This concept becomes especially important later when we get into classes. Theme 2. Controlling the flow. Once you understand the building blocks, you need to know how programs make choices and repeat actions. Decision. A decision in programming is when your code chooses between two or more paths depending on a condition. This is the concept behind if-else statements. In real life, think of it like this. If it is raining, bring an umbrella. Otherwise, wear sunglasses. Your program makes the same kind of logical choices. Condition. A condition is the test inside a decision. It is a question that evaluates to either true or false. Is the user's age greater than 18? Is the password correct? These are conditions. Python checks them and then decides what to do next. Loop. A loop is a block of code that repeats itself. Instead of writing the same line 50 times, you write it once and tell Python to run it in a loop. For example, if you wanted to print every number from 1 to 100, a loop handles that in just 2 or 3 lines of code. Theme 3. Organizing your code. Now let us move into the terms that help you write cleaner, smarter, more reusable code. Function. A function is a named block of code that performs a specific task. You define it once and then call it whenever you need it. Think of a function like a recipe. You write the recipe for chocolate chip cookies once, and every time you want cookies, you just follow that recipe. In Python, you define a function with a def keyword. Parameter. A parameter is a variable listed inside the parentheses of a function definition. It is a placeholder for the information the function needs to do its job. If your function bakes cookies, the parameter might be the number of cookies you want. When you actually call the function and give it a real number, that real number is called an argument. Module. A module is a file that contains Python code, usually a collection of functions and variables, that you can import and use in your own program. Think of modules like apps on your phone. You do not build a GPS from scratch every time you need directions. You just open Google Maps. In Python, you import a module like math or random and use the tools inside it. Theme 4. Working with data. Python gives you several powerful tools for storing and organizing data. Here are the key terms you need to know. String. A string is a sequence of characters enclosed in quotes. It is how Python stores text. The word Python is a string. Your name is a string. Even a sentence like, hello, how are you, is a string. Strings are used constantly in real programs, from storing usernames to processing messages. List. A list is an ordered collection of items stored in a single variable. You can store numbers, strings, or even other lists inside a list. Think of a grocery list. It has multiple items in a specific order, and you can add to it, remove from it, or read from it. In Python, lists use square brackets. Dictionary. A dictionary stores data in key value pairs. Instead of looking something up by position like a list, you look it up by a label called a key. Think of an actual dictionary. You look up the word recursion and find its definition. In Python, a dictionary might store a student's name as the key and their grade as the value. Theme 5. Object-Oriented Programming. Now we are getting into some of the more powerful concepts in the book. Class. A class is a blueprint for creating objects. It defines what attributes and behaviors an object will have. If you wanted to create 100 different student profiles, you would not write 100 separate programs. You would create one student class and then generate individual student objects from it. Inheritance. Inheritance is when one class takes on the properties and methods of another class. It is like a child inheriting traits from a parent. If you have a general animal class, you could create a dog class that inherits from it. The dog class gets all the shared animal behaviors automatically, and you just add what makes dogs unique. Recursion. Recursion is when a function calls itself in order to solve a problem. It sounds strange at first, but it is a powerful technique. Imagine looking up the word recursion in a dictionary, and the definition says, "See recursion." In programming, a recursive function breaks a big problem into smaller versions of itself until it reaches a simple base case it can solve directly. Theme 6. Input, Output, and Data Science. Finally, let us cover two terms from the last chapters of the book. File. In programming, a file is a stored collection of data on a computer's hard drive. Python can read information from files and write information to them. This is how programs save user data, load configuration settings, or process large amounts of information. Think of a file like a notebook your program can open, read, write in, and close. Data science. Data science is the practice of using programming and statistics to collect, analyze, and interpret large sets of data. Python is one of the most popular languages in data science because of its powerful libraries and simple syntax. A real-world example would be analyzing customer purchase history to predict what products they might want to buy next. Closing. All right, that was 15 to 20 core terms from across all 15 chapters of Introduction to Python Programming. If any of these felt a little fuzzy, do not worry at all. Each concept gets a full deep dive in its own chapter video right here on this playlist. My challenge for you is this. Come back to this video after you watch each chapter. See how much more clearly these definitions land once you have seen them in action with real code examples. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe so you do not miss any chapter videos, and drop a comment below telling me which terms surprised you the most. I will see you in the next one.